Well, first, I want to say good evening. Yeah, good evening to everybody. So, look, just just got done with Grand Lodge meeting just a little while ago, and I'm going to send a big shout out to the most wishful sons of Solomon and their Grand Master Diamond, who came by to visit. We had an awesome time, and Grandmaster and your Grand Secretary. You know what? It's been awesome, man. I had a great time at Grand Session. We're about to close it up. We got our dinner tonight, so I just wanted to come in and just go live for a few minutes, man. Just let you know if you're a Mason, and I know sometimes it can be kind of it can be hard dealing with Grand Lodge and Lodge issues, but at the end of the year, when you're in the month of June for most Grand Lodges in session, man, it's awesome to fellowship with brothers. I mean, Grandmaster Diamond came over, and we had an awesome fellowship. We went out to eat. My Grandmaster, Evan Sanders, the fellowship, brothers. If you don't travel, if you don't go visit other jurisdictions, and all you do is stay in yours, you're missing out on a lot. The title of the show is The Son of a Mason. Son, man, son. So when my grandmaster lecture today on that resonated through me. The mere fact that we had the grandmaster from the son of Solomon was there, and his brothers was there, the craft. As the lecture went on, I was understanding how my grandmaster was breaking down Mason. As he says, son, Mason, man, son, men, Mason. And he was breaking that down. He was saying, you are the man, you are the son of a man, a Mason. And he connected that thing. I was like, I didn't see that coming. I really didn't see it coming, but it was an awesome lecture that he gave on the son of a Mason and how that transpires from generation to generation. So many of us are connected to Masons in our family lineage to we're not really paying attention to it. A lot of us are, and that's the beauty of Freemasonry, is the mere fact that so many of us are connected through family lineage, through Masonry. And it's truth, but a lot of us don't pay attention to it as we should, and I would say this, in those days long gone, a lot of our family members really didn't speak on Freemasonry. First of all, Brother Terry, I said thank you, brother. Victor Terry, I appreciate you. Brother Corey, thank you. And, I don't have my other top tonight, my laptop, my iPad. I have just my phone, so I can't be taking phone calls today as much as I would love to. So we're just talking about the son of a Mason. Man, son, and breaking that whole thing down, my son, that's deep. And my grandmaster, as I was saying just a second ago, broke down that lecture on MASON, my son, man, son, Mason. And, it was great. It was really great. And those officers who was in attendance, just want to say thank you for coming out and supporting this jurisdiction. And to my deputy grandmaster, Eric Sutton, he's going back home to Mississippi. He had an emergency. He had to leave. You just never know what's going to happen in your life. You just don't know. And I'm appreciative of sending me shout outs, those who call me. I'm appreciative. And even for my jurisdiction, I just want to just say thank you, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. And so many of us are at odds over really nothing. So if you're going to your grand session, wherever it may be at, the month in June and maybe even in October, but this year, go and enjoy yourself, fellowship with the craft, fellowship with the sisters, enjoy all there is to offer in Freemasonry. I was reading a post just a little while ago where this gentleman, so he was supposed to have been a part of a unrecognized jurisdiction. So he went and joined a recognized jurisdiction per se. And his thing was that he was able to go over to London and visit in a lodge. That was his thing. That's what he wanted to do. So that's what he did. And I don't get it. I don't I don't get why you would want to fly overseas to go visit a lodge unless you're going for Masonic purposes. You know what I mean? If I'm on vacation and I'm overseas or something like that, and I meet a brother, I greet a brother, I'm cool with that. You know, too many times we sit up in lodges all the time, all day. You up in a lodge meeting discussing the same old thing. You know, it's better. My own personal opinion is to greet and to meet a brother outside of that. You know, that's my own personal thing. Let's go have lunch and dinner, man. Let's do something other than a lodge meeting. But hey, that's where it's at. So let's get back to the nice topic. And everybody, welcome aboard. Tonight we'll talk about Mason, son of a Mason. What is it to be a son of a Mason? Well, today I learned that in the process of being a son of a Mason, my son, is that the example that one has. I was speaking with a brother today, and we asked him, why did you want to be a Mason? This brother simply said because he's seen his father who worked, his father who provided for his family, whose father was an upright man, whose father, it wasn't his father didn't do no wrong, but it was how his father carried himself. And when he learned that his father was a Mason, his father said, this organization can help you become a better man. And him being the example of what a man is, he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps. So the son of a Mason, son. So when you look at that, when you bring that whole thing together, you understand who you are in the eyes of your father. It gets deep. But a lot of times we don't put that together because we're too busy doing some other stuff. And a lot of us ain't ready for masonry anyway, because we're still, I'm not going to say those who are in their 20s are not ready. Those in their 30s may not be ready. And even when you're older, some people just aren't ready for that transformation. Some people are just not ready for a new resurrection in their life. And I'm not saying it from a Christian point of view. I'm just talking about it from a point of view to where you're going to be able to see things a little bit more differently than anyone else if you apply the studies correctly. But if you do not, you'll be the same person. And I would say this in regards to Freemasonry. Freemasonry will, if you allow it to, wake you up. It will do that. It will do that. Also, Freemasonry will put you back to sleep. It will put you back to sleep. But the thing is, for those of us who view Freemasonry from a different perspective as its teachings and how you're able to incorporate that into your life, you then become the son of a Mason, a Mason. And when you're able to connect those two things in your life, in your journey, you will see why your father became a Mason. You will understand why your uncle became a Mason, or your cousin, whoever that relative is. If he's truly going to be upright, if he's truly going to walk that path as a Mason, you will see it because of the respect that he may give another person, because of the respect that he may receive from another person, that favor. See, as a Mason, as a man's son, as a Mason, you're going to receive certain favors in life. It is what it is. You can say whatever you want to say. You are going to receive that. However, in the process, are you worthy and well qualified to receive that? And if you are so, then more power to you. But we know that there are people within this broad range of Freemasonry that tends to take advantage of that very situation. They tend to do things they wouldn't necessarily do, If you're a Mason, you know exactly what I'm saying. You find people that want to take advantage of the fact that they are Masons. They're out there. So those are the ones you have to be wary of, because those are the ones that give, to me, in my opinion, from what I've seen, Masonry a bad name. They do that. Just want to welcome everybody to the show. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button. And you know what? I'm here at Grand Session, getting ready to be prepare myself for the Grand Lodge dinner. About a few hours here. So hey, it's been great the lectures that was given today on visiting, how to receive visiting brothers. What are the, what can when a brother comes to visit your lodge, can he actually see your charter? But that's another topic for another day. But we back to the son of a Mason. That's today's topic. I was about to go somewhere, but boy, I tell you. So just welcome aboard, everybody. I'm just going to flip this up real quick just to see who's on board with me today. So definitely want to welcome you. Let's see. Can I use this? See, I just need to get this phone here situated so I don't lose it. All right. Don't want to lose it. So I'm going to be moving around a little bit. So just want to welcome everybody aboard. If I didn't get hey, what's going on, Joseph? What's going on, Black? I appreciate you. Christopher, thank you. Brother Elwish, thank you. Corey, appreciate it. All right, appreciate everybody. Big Coop, what's up, Big Coop? Yeah, just want to appreciate everybody coming on tonight. Big shout out to the Sons of Solomon here in California for coming out and supporting this grand session. We want to say thank you to the brothers that came out and supported us. We really appreciate that. Back to the topic of son of a Mason. So in being a son of a Mason, you must know that there comes responsibility just by that alone. I'm here, brother. Come over. You here? I'm here, brother. Come over later. Oh, okay. You're going to have to hit me up, man. If you here, is that brother? Let's see what that brother. Brother Anthony Brown, if you're here in San Bernardino, California at the DoubleTree, you need to hit me up, brother. And that's for real, because that's where we at, So, I'm not going to very long. Just going to chop it up with you just a little while about being the son of a Mason. My grandmother, I remember after I've gotten raised to the Sublime Degree Master Mason, I went back home to Mississippi, and I was at my grandmother's home and sitting down, and I looked over on the shelf, and there was a blue book. I picked it up. I was like, Grandma, you an Eastern Star? Oh, son, put that book down. You don't know nothing about that book. Put it down. Put it down. I was like, Mom, I'm a Mason. You a what? I said, I'm a Mason. Man, the floodgates came open. I mean, she shared stuff with me and talking about people. I'm like, I didn't know they was Masons. I didn't know. And she's like, no, baby, but that's how those elders carried Freemasonry. They wasn't so bluntly out there like we are now, including myself. They're not out there like that. Masonry at that time in the 70s, 60s, and I would say the 50s, and those Masons were settled about who they were and the work that they was doing. They were settled, and that I was like, wow. Okay. I was like, wow. And, it's such a joy to be able to speak to the elders. Today, we have my sister here. Her name is Irma Jean Smiley. I mean, she's 90 years old. She's moving. I mean, moving and grooving, and to see her here and listen to her voice and tell her story. It is indeed an honor. It is. What can you say when you hear someone that age speak about how long they've been in this organization? It's beautiful. You can't take none away from it. So, I just want to encourage the brothers and the sisters, go to your grand session, get involved, stay involved. Being the son of a Mason is special. It is special, and I say that because of the favor that you find in this journey, in this life journey. And you can't tell me you don't find favor. If you're a Mason, and you're in this life journey, I don't care what color you are, you find favor amongst those who you've never probably seen before. That's the truth. Hey, Brother Joseph. Hey, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on through today. I hope that you got something from that lecture, man. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you got my phone number. You know what to do. You can hit me up anytime you feel like it there, bro. Let's see. Brother Brian, what's going on with you? All right, this Jackie Thornton, what's up? All right, let's talk about visiting brothers seeing the charter. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about that. Okay, so look, It depends. I'm gonna tell you this here. According to Mackey's jurisprudence, if that is what your Grand Lodge goes by, if you have a visiting brother that comes to your lodge and he gets in, he has a right to see your charter. You're probably thinking crazy. No, it's right there in Mackey's. If you're an astute person of Freemasonry, you know I'm telling the truth. If he gets in, he has a right to say, I'd like to see your charter, because your charter is to be displayed in lodge meeting at all times. That is why. Your charter for your lodge is to be displayed at all times. So yes, a brother does have the right, once he enters your lodge, to see your charter, be it at recess or whatever time, but it is his right as a Mason, because you let him in. That's a fact. You can look that up if you want to. And this according to what your Grand Lodge, your lodge goes by. You know, this does not apply to every lodge, because some lodges be like, no, I ain't letting you see my charter. But see, when you tell me that, that makes me suspicious. Why shouldn't a lodge be proud to display their charter? It's supposed to be on the wall or sitting on the desk of the worshipful master anyway. It does. Greetings 357. Hope that you're enjoying the show tonight. I appreciate everybody coming on. Please hit the thumbs up button, that like button. That's somewhat the algorithm that goes out. You know, it really helps the show. So I appreciate if you can do that. I really do. Man, grapefruit juice, it can be bitter sometimes. You know what I mean? So anyway, as we proceed in this thing we call Masonry, what's up, Brother Wright? Hey, Brother Tony, greetings. If you see Brother Reese White, tell him some more of these. No problems, bro. No problems. So, you know, as we begin to meet and to greet each other, you know, as Masons and Eastern Stars, we must realize who we are in this thing. If you're truly about making good men better men, if you're truly about being the son of a Mason, you're not going to be so disrespectful to individuals. You're not. You're going to greet that person as you should greet him. You want to greet her as you should greet her. Most Masons don't know how to greet most Eastern Stars. They don't. Most Masons don't know how to greet Eastern Stars because they're not Eastern Stars. And I'll tell a Mason in a minute, please, whatever you do before you leave this planet, and you really want to have an in-depth conversation with a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, get initiated. Well, I'm a patron already, but most patrons don't know that if you are a patron of the Order of the Eastern Star, you're supposed to know more about the Eastern Star work than you do the city matron. That's a fact. If you are a patron, you are supposed to know more about the Eastern Star work, okay, than the matron. Plain and simple. As a matter of fact, the patron is in the chapter before the chapter is even open. He even tells them to allow the matron to come in the chapter. I'm just throwing a little something out there for you. I want you to go look it up for yourself. That's the truth. What's up, Hall? From Chicago? Greetings, brother. Greetings. Zoe knows. Yes, indeed. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Don't forget to hit the likes button. You know, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. So as we begin this journey, brothers and sisters, you know, think about that journey. Think about who you are in this thing we call the Freemason. It's beautiful. You know, now I'm not saying that I don't have no ups and downs in this thing. I ain't never said that. Cause I've had some sleepless nights dealing with some of the brothers in Eastern Stars as it is. That's just the truth. But you know what? It's all good though, because I love and I enjoy the organization. There are some Masons in my organization that I'm in, my jurisdiction. There's some Eastern Stars in my jurisdiction. If they call me, I'm dropping what I'm doing and going to tend to their needs. Because that's me. That's how dedicated I am. And the point of the matter is most of us are not dedicated to it. And we want to know what's going on in our lodges. We want to know why we're losing memberships. We want to know why this and why, because we're not dedicated to it. If you're not dedicated to being a Mason or an Eastern Star, come to your chapter meeting, being involved with the craft and with the order, you shouldn't be a Mason or Eastern Star if you're not involved. Why are you even holding up a chair? Why are you even sitting on a point? Why are you even being a deacon or a steward? If you're not dedicated to seeing the chapter or craft, the chapter or craft grow, then why are you even involved? Oh, my best friend is a Mason. My best friend is an Eastern Star. This does nothing for you. Being a Mason and Eastern Star is supposed to build you up, but if you're in it for the wrong reason, such as your best friend is one, then you know what, you're actually I don't know, you're causing a conflict of interest. That is not the reason you should be a Mason or an Eastern Star. That is not the reason that being the son of a Mason, you should even want to be a Mason. You know, this is why I said in a previous video, I see that often, best friend tag, preacher, brother, preacher. You know, so the thing is that I've seen where, as Brother Hall just said, you know, I know a brother, man, you know, he'll make a good brother, you know, but he's in there for the wrong reason. He trying to run through every sister he come across. You know, I don't get in grown folks' business because you grown. When you do things, that's on you. That's your choice. That's your decision. But brothers and sisters, please don't do it in the name of the order. You know, don't do it because of that. Well, you know, you know, no. Don't know that. This is why a lot of times you hear people talk about stuff like that. And that's true. This is why you hear, because brothers come in and they just want to be like, you know, bulls. And that's not what this organization is all about. Not at all. You know, it's about respecting the brother's wife. As Brother Christopher Jackson said, you know, I'm going to hang around you for a little bit. You know, I'm going to check you out to see if you're trustworthy to be around my wife. You know, that's a fact. And I'm going to say this, and I've never told anybody of this. And I'm not going to call no name, but when I see you, and I will see you soon, I'm going to let you know, yeah, my wife told me you tried to hit on her. She did. I didn't take it personal. You know, I didn't. You know, it is what it is. But you don't try to hit on my wife and then come talk to me. I mean, you know, I didn't bring it. I never said anything about it. I just left it where it was at. But I'm going to see you soon, and I'm going to ask you, you know, did you do it? Now, I believe my wife, because she came straight and told me and pointed you out. And I didn't say nothing. And she asked me not to say anything because she cherished the relationship that I had with you. Yeah, she did. She's like, I don't say nothing. You know, you guys are pretty cool. Don't, you know, it ain't even that. You know, but it's all good. You know, but being a son of a Mason, because this is what the topic is about tonight. If you are the son of a Mason, then you know how you should carry yourself. You know, if you are a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, you know how you should carry yourself. You know, and today I learned that I talk about sisters being on the point a lot of times. Today, as I was sitting in law session, the Masons are supposed to be on point too. And you're probably asking me, how did you come to that, my brother? Well, being the son of a Mason, as I was looking at that square has a point on its tip. And that point, which is hidden within the star, represent a place within that star on a point. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. If you take the compass in square and lay them as they should be laid, there you will have those 5 points, which represented are the Eastern Star. Yes, you would. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you would. You would have those 5 points. But what happens is a lot of us don't take the time to study and to find out, you know, is 5 points within the square and the compass? Yes, there are 5 points on the square and on the compass. Yeah, sure, there is. All you got to do is lay it down. You can count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count 5. You can count 5 points. And in the head of that point, the head of the point represents one part of the point represents the matron. It does. It does. When you have the opportunity, brothers, this is for you too, sisters. You lay down the compass and square, and I guarantee you can count 5 points. Yes, I guarantee you can. Those 5 points mean quite a few things. If you're in the order of the Eastern Star, they represent those 5 herons. If you're a Master Mason, it represents the 5 points of fellowship. Points. See, I didn't get that until I got the session today, and I'm like, wow, I'm watching and learning myself. See, we always can learn. All right, go ahead and come on back to me.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk to me. Tell me who you are for one thing. You communicate with me a lot, so go ahead and call me. I mean, I didn't expect to get calls today. You interrupt the feed when you do, but go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick. I just want to address something. There's a situation that happened with me with this man. He was selling Shriners t-shirts. I was trying to buy a t-shirt for my grant out of Illinois, but there's a situation that happened back and forth, and he came back and he's saying that he looked at my lodge, what lodge I was from in Texas, and he said that he cannot sell me no t-shirt because I'm from a clandestine Masonic lodge.
Go ahead, talk.
But he called me. I left a message in his personal business. He called me back, and he was a Prince Hall Mason who was inactive, and I have 11, almost 12 minutes of his conversation with him. I was recording his conversation, and he was cool. He's a Prince Hall Mason. He said I'm active, but I want to know what the problem is, and I explained. I told him, hey man, listen, the Freemasons is a multi-billion-dollar business. Okay, that means everyone, either you're regular, not recognized, you Prince Hall, mainstream, everyone is contributing to that, to masonry. You know what I'm saying? But he told me that he cannot sell me any t-shirt because a lodge that I'm from is not recognized by Grand Lodge of England, and he's not even an active Mason.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes. I left him. Look, I left him his reply in the comment section in the video titled "Widow Son." You got to read what he said to me.
Oh, you're the one that sent me that message.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I don't want to take all your time. But I wanted to address this situation. This brother, he's from Chicago, but he's not even active. And the only thing they know how to say is, well, if you're not part of Grand Lodge in England, you're not a Mason.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. I know this is not the show topic tonight, but it's kind of funny because he's inactive, telling a person who's active in a Masonic lodge that since you're not recognized by the Grand Lodge of England, I can't sell you a shirt.
Yeah, he said he's not going to sell me a shirt because I'm not regular. But he's making a mistake. But he doesn't understand when it comes to masonry. Masonry is a multi-billion-dollar business. When it comes to apron ties, lapel pin, t-shirts, that means everyone, the person selling. So if you're from a Grand Lodge of Texas and you remember selling a Masonic item, that means the person buying it, you're not asking a person if he's recognized or not. You're just selling them the item.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making a mistake, but he called me back, and I had him on a recorded conversation, and he apologized. He said he wasn't thinking right when he said that.
Well, apparently not. But at least I would give him credit on the fact that he called to apologize.
Yeah, he called to apologize because he had recorded calls, and I like, hey man, my grandmaster's 25 years active in the U.S. military, retired, and he's been in the masonry for 40 years.
Whoa.
And he's like, yeah, I understand, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say, brother. But thank you for giving me a chance to talk on your show. Appreciate it.
Okay, bro, I appreciate it. Thank you. And
Thank you.
all right, take care now. All right. I guess that brother needs to vent. And I guess this was the show to vent on, and I'm cool with that. That's all right. And see, that's what makes it a little bit differently than any other show that's out there, is that you can call in and you can speak freely. It ain't even personal, because for one thing, I know who I am as a Mason, and you should know who you are as a Mason. So there should be no miscommunication about that at all. Now, the thing is that this show doesn't allow you to come on and trash other people, disrespectfully. You know what I mean? So we can have the conversation, but you will not be trashing anybody. So we're going to continue with the show tonight. It's dealing with Mason, and I hope I covered the subject the brother was asking in regards to visiting someone's lodge and then asking to see the charter. As I said before, you have that right. However, according to their jurisdiction, they may not even allow you to approach the east asking for the charter until after the meeting. Okay? So just take that in consideration and be respectful when you go visit other jurisdictions home. All right. So as we continue with the show tonight, I just want to welcome everybody on, and I'm sending a big shout out to the Sons of Solomon, ancient free and accepted Masons. They came through and they visited and fellowship with us not only yesterday but today. Let me tell you, and as I often say, the fellowship is real. It's a real thing. Grandmaster Diamond came through, and we had a wonderful time. Brother Shahid, Grandmaster, bro. That brother is off the chain. I know that you have transitioned, changed over, went, whatever you did, brother. That's on you. But your Grandmaster, Brother Diamond, oh yeah, he was on point today. And I enjoyed I enjoyed the conversation. And but that's really what Masonry is all about. You must always give respect any lodge you may visit. Yes, sir. You better believe it. If you go into a lodge and you're going to call yourself disrespecting that lodge, you might find yourself on your back and you won't be raised. I'm just saying, you may find yourself on your back and you're not being raised. You're being pushed down and locked down for real. At all times, please, brothers, when you go and visit another jurisdiction, show respect at all times. At all times, please do that. So as tonight, we're talking about being the son of a Mason, and how that's broken down into helping you to become the best man you can be in this thing we call Masonry. Because all Masons across the board has shown favor to another Mason, regardless of their jurisdiction. They have done that. And that's the beauty of being a Mason in a Eastern Star, that you're going to find favor. And it's not favor based on anything you may have done. It's based on the concept of your word. Because when you take that obligation and oath as a Mason, you're giving your word. You're taking it before God. You're giving it to the lodge. This is your word. Your word is all you have. Your word is the creating forces that drives you. Hear me clearly. God created the heavens and the earth with his words, or even with her words. Things were created. In scripture, you may say, you may read what God said, let there be. God doesn't have to say, let there be nothing. Be light. And there is light. So we have to really look at things when we read them. And especially when you're talking about God, not God in the essence of male, God as in male and God as in female, but we're looking at God as the universal architect, the architect of all there is to know. This is why even in your lodge, as I said before, you don't go in your lodge, you pray in the name of Jesus. No, you don't. That's a fact. Because when you do that, you isolate those that may be visiting and those that may be in your lodge who are not Christians. So no, you do not. You end your prayer in the name of the grand architect of the universe. And that's just the way it is. Now, some may take offense to that because they may say, well, we got the Holy Bible. Well, you may have. Well, see, this is the United States, so you may have the Holy Bible on your altar. In some lodges, you may have multiple VSLs. In some lodges, you don't even have a VSL on the altar. Explain that. Hear me clearly. In some lodges, you will not have a VSL on the altar. You won't. Just that simple. So, as we continue this conversation about the son of a Mason, M-A-S-O-N, what is it to be a son? What is it to be a son? You know, I have a son, and I look at him and I see me. I see bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I see me in my son. One day may be a mason, but in the process, masons build. Okay, masons build. So your hands need to be a little dirty if you are a mason and you're building. So in the process of my son coming up as a mason, a builder, I need to be able to shape and to mold and to bring up and to be the example of a man to my son, a man. But a lot of times we don't get that. A lot of times we don't. But however, there are men or men's in our lives who may be able to show us the example of how to be the best mason that we can be. How to be the best son we can be. You know, I growing up in the South, we always had what we call extended families, and even beyond the South, that's wherever most Black people are at, we always have extended families. We have brothers that are not even bone of our bone or flesh of our flesh, but you would do more for them than you would do for your own brother. And that's just a fact. It's because they become family. They do. There are sisters who become true sisters and not even the same mother or father. But it is what we have always done that as a race, as a people, period. We have cousins that's not even related. That's my cousin. That's my uncle. He's nowhere near your uncle. But it's because of the relationship of your family that they are adopted, that comes into play. See? So when we look at this thing called Freemasonry, it's all about building. Masons build. See, speculative masons and operative masons, as we know, are different. But when you're talking speculative masons who actually build on the character, mold the man, shape the son, help raise them up to be the best man or mason they can be, this is what it's all about. But what happens to us a lot of time is because we are not careful of what we're doing to the young man's mind. Because we're not careful, we don't understand that we have an internal force on that person. We speak things into existence. You'll never be nothing. You're just like your uncle. He went to jail, you'll go to jail. We speak death instead of life. We must understand that we are a creative force in a young man's life. The son of a mason. You have the words to build him up. Sisters, you have the words to build that young lady up. Don't take your words lightly. The Creator built this thing we call earth with the words, your thoughts. If you take your thoughts, you speak it and put into action, anything you want, you can have. Hear me clearly. If you take your words and your thoughts and you put them into action, the things that you so desire, you can have. But you don't do that. You kill with your words. You need to be able to bring life into your words. This is why when you hear some people speak, they put you to sleep because their words have no life in them. I've actually gone to lodge meeting. I'm not going to call a lodge name now, but I fell asleep in the meeting. It was dead. There was no life in the words when they was doing the initiation. It was like a play. Well, of course it's a play, but you know. And it was so dead. It was like, well, you know, and I'm like, dude, and my secretary's like, wake up, bro. I'm like, shit, it's dead up in this joint. But here's what I do know. You go to any other African American raising, initiation, or passing, it's gonna be some furniture moving. I'm just saying, ain't nothing dead about them. I'm just saying, you know I'm telling the truth. I found the channel a few weeks ago. Oh, let me see what this brother just said. I found the channel a few weeks ago and I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. KCG, what's up? All right. Acacia 16 squared. Hey, brother, anytime you want to come on the show and talk, you let me know and we'll have that conversation. All right. That's between me and you. I appreciate it. If you see the screen moving tonight, I'm using my phone and I'm not quite used to using that as far as this show is concerned. I was funny on the phone. I love you. So thank you. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So look, I don't want to keep you on tonight. I appreciate you. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you coming on to the show. Tell other people about it. And if you have a topic that you want to talk about, we open. And to those members who are part of Research Lodge number 147, Brother Jackson, who's the moderator for the chat, I want to say I appreciate you, and he's always giving me little bit tats and topics and things to throw out. Brother Hawkins, I think you should check this out. Here's some information. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So look, I want to send a big shout out to my Prince Hall brother who just sent me some information. He asked that I do a topic on darkness and light. And I think that's going to be a pretty hot topic. I got to first finish reading the information that he sent to me about 2 weeks ago. And then I'm going to actually do something on that. I think that would be great to do. If you like the show, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. I'm spreading. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Spread the channel and let people know about the channel and what we're all about. We're here about building better men. We're here about spreading the cement of brotherly love. And we did a raising. We had an occasional lodge and we did a raising, right? And I told the brother, I said, look, the best working tool is the trial. Because after everything has been plumbed, everything has been leveled, everything has been squared. That trial keeps everything together, baby. It keeps it all together, And if you can't keep it together by using that trial, why are you even a Mason? Hear me clearly. The trial is the best working tool for a Mason. Yes, the plumb is great. Yes, the level, make sure it's all there. And yes, you can square it off. But that trial, when you spread that cement, it holds it together. And this is the beauty of the organization. Is the mere fact that a lot of us, not just some of us, but a lot of us understand the concept of using that trial and spreading cement of brotherly love amongst the brotherhood. And that's I'm going to tell you straight across the board. This goes for all of the various jurisdictions. Okay? This goes for all of them if they're practicing Freemasonry, and that's the truth. We must understand that as a Mason, when you're given these working tools along this journey, you must apply them working tools. As a young man, as a son of a Mason, you must apply those working tools. And when you apply those working tools in your journey, you will see exactly what I'm saying. And the uniqueness and the beauty of being a Mason. Some of us won't get there. Some of us will, However, I would say that what I would like for brothers to do and sisters to do is to actually take the time to get to know a brother or a sister that you don't really even speak to. Get to know them. You never know. Just like today, I was speaking with the brother from the Sons of Solomon. He has connections that I was like, oh, what? You can do what? You can what? Really? His connections can help this YouTube channel grow because of where he's at. And I'm like, wow, okay. And you know what I said, right? Yeah, let's make that happen, baby. Because this is all about us. This is about the core essence of Freemasonry and Order of the Eastern Star. This is Research Lodge number 147. And it's about moving this thing forward. This is about tearing down bridges and tearing down walls. This is actually about taking the trial of cement and spreading that brotherly love. This is what this is about. This is dedicated to the sisterhood and the brotherhood. And this is the uniqueness and the beauty of Freemasonry in the Order of the Eastern Star. This is the beauty of being the son of a Mason. This is it. Growth is a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. What's up, Lewis? What's going on, bro? Growth is a beautiful thing. We can't be afraid of growth. You can't be afraid of growth. You know, if you don't grow, then why even part of the organization? This is the thing about new members. I'm going to say this here about new members who come into the organization. When new members come into the organization, they're on fire. Don't put their fire out. Don't do it. Don't. And when I say don't put their fire out, that zeal that they have, that love that they have, you want them to continue to maintain that love. You need to be able to nurture that love. You need to be able to contain the fire. Don't put the fire out. Contain the fire. And when I say contain the fire, hey, brother, what you want to do? I want to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, put it together and let's see if we can make it happen. Don't discourage that brother when they have an idea. Well, we tried that before. Well, you didn't have him or her on your team when you did it. You didn't have the son of a Mason on your team when you put that together the last time. Don't discourage a new member from doing something that you may have already tried. As a matter of fact, you tell them to head the committee. They may know a little bit more than you know. Don't be afraid of your new members when they come in with new ideas or even want to try the old ideas with a new twist to it. You know, dancing has never really changed. You always going to have a dip and adapt when you dance. It never changes. The two-step don't change. You may add a third step in there, but you always can rely on the two-step. I'm just saying this is what we have to do with our new members who come in, who are sons of Masons. You know, we want to be able to shape them, mold them, bring them up, help them to be the better person. And if the organization can do that, don't put the fire out. Contain the fire. Let it burn. You know, let it burn. You know, if we talk about growth, we talk about wanting new members and how to keep them. That's how you keep them. You keep them by allowing them to be participants in the organization. Stop saying what they ain't ready. They ain't ready. They ain't ready for this. How you doing, man? Yeah. So look, the wife just came, and I have to go now. So I'm gonna say good night to you. I'm gonna get prepared for my session. The greatest leaders don't have to know. Let me see. Whoops. Don't want to lose that. Okay, it says the greatest leaders don't have to know the field, but know how to put the right people in the place for a big picture. Knock, knock, who goes there? Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. So I got to go, gentlemen, sisters. It's been great. Dang, I was late. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, look, man, I've been on here about 48 minutes.
Too long. Time to go.
I gotta go. Gotta go, bruh. Hey, until next time, always keep your light on and stay out the bushes. I'm out. I think.